So what's up, party people? Logan from Big Mouth Announcing here on Tuesday after the Austin Marathon. Voice is still making a comeback. I tried to yell at the dog earlier today, and it didn't quite come out as forceful as I would like it to have. So we're still in recuperation mode, but I thought I'd give you a quick little recap of the marathon. Um, awesome, awesome. When I got there on marathon morning, man, I had to drive down West 5th at 2:15, 2:30ish. That was a bad idea. Because all the drunks are coming out of the bars and all the Lyft and Uber drivers are darting this way, darting that way, and there's drunk people all over the place. And I'm like the angry old man in my truck. Get out of my way, you little bastards! But it was a trip getting down there, I'll tell you, and it was misting. So I got really when I got there and I got on site, I was a little concerned because I really wasn't prepared for wet weather. I could make it work, no problem, but I was like, I don't want wet weather because last year we had wet weather at the start, and sound equipment and electricity and wet weather, it's not a good combination. So but I got things squared away at the finish line because we did it the day. We got all of that set up the day before, and then I jumped in my golf cart, drove down to the start line, and we set up the start line. We have about 2 hours, yeah, just about 2 hours to get the start line set up. It's a lot of work because we run four different zones on a delay because it's such a big area. If you don't do a delay at all, it echoes, and especially in a downtown setting where the sound is bouncing all over the place off of all the buildings. So we got the delay on it and ran a boat ton of speaker cable. Uh, Kate runs the crew at the start line, so I can just focus on emceeing. It was Kate and Aaron, Kent, Danny, and Karen Underwood, and it worked out really well. I was pretty happy with it. We could have been a little better, but that's just me because I'm kind of anal like that. I'm like, man, we should have had that done in an hour, but I understand there's a lot more work than just an hour. But the national anthem singer, his name was Jason. I can't remember his last name. He had like a little Irish accent or something like that. It was pretty kind of. Actually, it was really cool. He did a great job. Leo Manzano came up and spoke, and I love hanging out with Leo. He's good people. So that worked out. And then we had an on-time start. The one thing we didn't get to do, and not many people know about this, is that we actually had a flyover planned. High Five did. I didn't have anything to do with it. I was just supposed to talk about it. But it was it a C-70? It was one of the original airplanes to drop paratroopers over France during D-Day. It's stationed out of San Marcos, and they had a plan for it to fly north up Congress, get to the Capitol, do a big loop around the Capitol, and then as we're starting, fly down Congress. That would have been freaking cool. But it was wet and windy, and they didn't want to take off. And I don't blame them. The plane is like from 1942 or something like that. So hopefully maybe we get it next year. But it was really cool. So that's one of the things you don't get to know about as if you're not in the know with the big mouth announcing people. A little tidbit of information for you. But the start went off without a hitch. Lance Armstrong jumped in at around 7:20. We started the race at 7. Lance started at 7:20. He was a charity chaser. Everybody he chased down. Austin Marathon would donate $1 to the Austin Gives Miles program. So I think he ended up passing like over 2,000 people. So it's over 2,000 bucks. And then Tito's Handmade Vodka jumped in and they donated $4,000 on top of that. So it was nice. Good to see the community giving back, getting something and giving back at the same time. So. But and then Lance ran a 3:02, I think. That's what he told me when he came across the finish line. But after we got at the start, I made my way up to the finish line and emceed that with Michael Lovato. It was a lot of fun. I love doing the marathon. I get to see some old friends. I make some new friends. I always get to see some interesting stuff. Uh, People pushing through the pain, that's for sure. You know, people are cramping and they're hurting and they just want to get to that finish line. And when they do, oh, if they're not doing well, it's Craterville, and it was a sight to see for some folks. But a lot of good people out there, and a lot of actually, I saw a friend of mine, Kimmy. I hadn't seen Kimmy in like 13 years, and then when I'm calling her name, I'm like, Kimmy, who has a name Kimmy? And I looked down, I was like, oh my gosh, we used to run together. And she's like, oh my gosh, Logan, and she had actually moved to Africa and just moved back recently, so it's just kind of cool seeing folks. But um, overall, the marathon went very very well for us. I got a lot of positive feedback. I talked to a little bit with the folks from High Five, and they had a really good time as well. Not too bad at all. And so yeah, I think it went great. Everybody did a good job, and we were real happy. And hopefully, we'll get back there again next year and knock it out again, and have some more great times. But yeah, so that's a little race recap for you. Joey Whalen won again. I think he went 217. No, not 217. Yeah, I think Joey went 217. If I'm not mistaken. I think that's what he said. I asked him when we were doing the check presentation. I can't remember, but he went home with 3,000 bucks. So there you go, Joey. Nice work, kid. And was it Catherine? Oh, I can't remember the young ladies who won because I got her last name wrong. Yeah, I totally messed it up. But congratulations to her and everybody else that finished up. And our final finisher did great as well. Lots of smiles on the final finishers' faces coming across. They're happy. Well, guys, gals, ladies, gents, boys, girls, that's the Austin Marathon recap from Big Mouth Announcing here. Coming up this coming weekend, we've got two events. We have the Pace Bend Road Race out at Pace Bend Park in Spicewood. I'm going to do that. It's a Saturday, Sunday event, so I'll do that. And then Kate is going to be working the mic at the Get Your Rear in Gear 5K at Camp Mabry. So hopefully we'll see you at one or the other. And if not, we got plenty of other things coming up. So hopefully we'll catch you guys and girls somewhere along the line. As always, subscribe, like, share, whatever. Do the social media thing. We appreciate it. See y'all later. Have a great day.